All right.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our bi-monthly series where we talk about AI and the best things, or probably sometimes the bad parts about AI. Me and Noel will go first, and we'll be sharing a few articles about AI. For starters, we have a article talking about lawyers using generation AI in a court powerful legal work. So if I show my screen real quick to the article. It says here, some law firms using AI for drafting and other legal work, but human lawyers still sign off. So I've asked Copilot to summarize the article for me to, in a way, save time and also help me understand it better in case I don't understand anything.
And Ian.
Yes.
Sorry. The lawyers that you're referring to are from UK or are from US?
It seems like this is from Singapore.
Okay, from Singapore. Okay, much
Yes.
more relevant. Because apparently the way that the US lawyers work and the way that our UK-based, that means Queen's law lawyers, they work differently. So even like, for example, procedures or ways that they approach a scenario is different. So the way that the US people do it is very, I would say, very hands-on in a way, whereas the way that the British or the Queen's law lawyers, they do it is based on a lot of references, articles and books. I mean law books. So it's slightly different.
I see. I understand.
Yeah. Okay. Please proceed. Sorry.
It's okay. So from the summary, it said that Singapore's legal sector is cautiously integrating generative AIs like Harvey AI, Google Gemini, and Microsoft Copilot. They've been using it to draft legal submissions and documents, summarize judgments and evidence, transcribe audio and prepare chronologies, and translate and ideating legal arguments. So even the law firms are starting to use AI to help them prepare themselves for what I would believe would be like court cases. So it says that this AI has been helping lawyers focus on strategic work by automating routine tasks. And this is one thing I like that they've mentioned, that the firms have emphasized that emphasized that they need human verification to avoid hallucinations and inaccuracies, strict internal policies on data privacy and client confidentiality, and transparent communication with clients about the AI that's being used. So it has shown that they are doing their best not to have any complications with the AI and to make sure that nothing gets leaked out in terms of data.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, Ian. Yeah, I think this group of people have learned a lot from the early days when ChatGPT first came out. I think there was this lawyer who got caught submitting a paper and a case, and a couple of references were totally fictitious.
Yes.
Yeah, so like the human touch is still very, very important.
Yes. I think it's clear that instead of allowing people to be replaced, these people have been using it as a support tool, which I feel is the right way AI should be used.
Totally agree.
So let's move on to the next article then, which is NVIDIA is to invest $5 billion into Intel to major boost the chip makers' turnaround, which I find slightly confusing because isn't Intel their competitor?
Yes.
I'm not sure why you fund your competitor.
Did you know that Microsoft actually funded Apple during the times when Apple was down?
No, I did
And,
not know that.
And AMD was actually funded by Intel when AMD was under a lot of financial pressures.
No, I was not aware of that.
This is the way the business world works, right? You know, especially when there's this thing called antitrust laws in America, where you cannot be a monopoly. If you are a monopoly, then what will happen is that the government will step in and start breaking your company apart. So yeah, I mean, the way I look at it is that yeah, Nvidia is investing $5 billion, which is actually maybe what we call the small change to Nvidia at the moment. But it's to ensure the Intel stays alive, so that you know whatever it is that Nvidia will not get the full brunt of the law when it comes to antitrust. So I mean, like for example, until today, if you look at it, big companies, they will still continue to be. I mean, the small companies will still continue to be alive because somehow or rather they will get injection of funding by investors who may be in the background. You know, those investors are in the background, those people that are their competitors, their major competitors. The reason is that they want to keep the company alive so that the business continues to run, at least with less encumbrance. Yeah. If you look at the world, Toyota invest in a lot of a lot of other companies. Like for example, Toyota actually owns 20% of Subaru, and Toyota also owns, I think, 17%, if I'm not wrong, of Suzuki.
Mm,
You know,
it's interesting.
editors alive. And then, of course, you know, there's also the opportunity for them to collaborate in terms of like getting the designs from each other to
I see. All
don't
right.
completely kill our we don't completely kill our enemy. We have to keep our enemies alive so that you know at least we don't look that bad.
Interesting. Okay. I've never known that before. Good to know.
Yeah, you can actually do a quick search and you can actually find Toyota invested 20% in Subaru, 17% in Suzuki. Microsoft, I think, still has a direct investment into Apple, and I cannot remember how many percent it was, but it's fairly significant during the times when Apple was suffering or was going through a lot of changes, especially during the time of that Coca-Cola guy. What's his name? Anybody remembers the Apple Coca-Cola guy? Was it Pepsi Cola? Pepsi Cola, I think Pepsi Cola guy.
I'm
I
not
think
sure.
it's
There was a CEO
was it
that
John Scully?
Yes, Scully, correct. During the time when Scully was running the show and Steve Jobs was out of a job, I think Apple fell to one of its lowest after that. And then what happened is that actually Microsoft injected some funds into this Apple. And in fact, actually today, if we look at it, Microsoft also has a significant amount of share in Android, which is Google. And that's also one of the reasons
saying is,
why there's some revenues that Microsoft gets from Google or Android.
Andy, I think what you are saying is happened in the time period of 1997. I just asked the same question to Copilot, okay? In August
Yeah.
1997, Apple was on the brink of a bankruptcy. Steve Jobs had
Yes.
returned to the company, and one of the major moves was announce of 150 million investment from Microsoft during the
Yes.
Mac event. This was
Yeah.
part of a broader agreement, right? So for that, Microsoft received almost 150,000 shares of non-voting preferred stock, converting common stocks of dollars 8.25 per share. And the value for that after 2001 has converted almost like 18.1 million common shares, it seems. In
Yep.
2000, it has become 550 million.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
So,
it's small little investment, but they get a lot in return if the company doesn't die.
yep.
Yep.
I see. Okay. Well, it seems that their help has been helping Intel a lot because it's shown here that Intel's is it the share price from what I read increased up to like 25%. Yeah, Intel shares jumped more than 25% on Wall Street, closing at 31.25 per share.
Oh, nice.
So very high jump. And
They need it. They need it.
says that Intel's new CEO is a person named Lip Bhutan, a Malaysia-born tech veteran, welcomed the investment, acknowledging the challenges ahead. And the NVIDIA CEO described the deal as a fusion of two world-class platforms that will shape the next era of computing. Well, if they can work together well, then I don't mind. Just hope that the prices won't skyrocket just as much in their products. Well, let's move on to the next article. Similarly, but this is China telling tech firms to stop buying NVIDIA's AI chips. NVIDIA helped somebody and now China tells them don't buy their stuff.
I think also that's because of the what you call it, the sanction. What happened is that with the sanction, NVIDIA is not allowed to sell its tier one processors or tier one chips. Then
I
what
see.
happened is that for China, they are actually selling, I can't remember what's the name of the processor, but they were selling the not so good performance chips for China. So end of the day,
Oh,
China use it is like I'm paying the same amount as a tier one chip, but I'm actually getting the performance of less than a tier one chip. So it doesn't make sense. Furthermore, if we look into China, China has already started their development into GPUs or AI chips as well.
hmm.
I think it is, if I cannot remember, I remember somewhere is they say that they will have the first set out by 2026, early 2026. Their GPUs will be available in the market. So that's what they're preparing their data centers in China to start using all the China-based GPUs.
I see.
Yeah, you give people cheap stuff and you want to charge people the same, I mean, the higher amount of premium amount, it doesn't make sense. People will find alternatives.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So from this article, it has said that China's Cyberspace Administration has ordered major tech firms, including ByteDance and Alibaba, to stop buying NVIDIA's AI chips and cancel existing orders. This directive targets the RTX Pro 6000D, a chip tailored for the Chinese market. It's
There you
interesting.
go. Yeah. So the 6000D, to compare the performance, I think, against the 57D, I think currently the top tier is a 5070 or something like that,
Yes.
where they will find that the performance is actually very much insignificant. I mean, lower than that of the 5070. But the
Mm.
price that they're selling to China is actually about the same price as the 5070. So what is happening with China today is that a lot of them who are in need of this, they are actually buying it through the grey market, which the NVIDIA and the US government is trying to clamp down on.
Mm.
So yeah, this is one of those things that interesting read, but yeah, you got to understand the politics behind it. It's the DT not happy.
I see. Well, by doing this, they're clearly showing that they don't want to rely on the US anymore.
Yeah, of course. I mean, China has a stance where you try to threaten us. Yeah, go ahead. You try to threaten us, but then we will come up with alternatives. So they have actually been able to come up with all sorts of alternatives, right? I mean, if you look at the development of Huawei's Harmony OS, I think the ecosystem is really strong. Even though people say, technically it is actually a offshoot of Android or offshoot of Linux, but they have actually grown the ecosystem so much that it is by itself a very strong contender to Android.
Mm. Okay. So how has this
Have you all read anything
affected
about Harmony so far?
Harmony? No, I don't know any information about it currently.
It will be interesting to look at it because Harmony is actually what is powering the new Xiaomi car. Or I can't remember what car, Huawei car. One of those electric cars are actually powered using Harmony. So the car operating system itself is actually on Harmony, and Harmony is the one that you use for all the Huawei phones. And Harmony apparently is also into smart homes. Like for example, you a replacement of Google Assistant or Alexa or Apple HomeKit, Siri, those are things. So it's yeah. So Harmony actually has grown by leaps and bounds from the day that it was first introduced.
I see. Well, so from this article, how has it impacted NVIDIA? NVIDIA shares went down by 1%. 1% sounds
No big
very
deal.
little,
No big
but I
deal.
think it's a
Can
lot
afford
more
it.
than what I think for us. So if we look at that amount, it is technically a lot, but I think they can afford it because I say in the article, the reception to the RTX 6000 has seen only very lukewarm demand. And I guess if that's the case, they may as well just use their own products.
Yep.
Well,
exactly.
That's all for me. Amma, are you here?
How was there just now? Was the
Yes.
one
Thank
that
you, Ian.
Yes, I'll pass the
right.
time on to you to present.
Noel wanted to share something, right? Because he's outside. I'm okay for both. Noel.
No, we are done. Ian and I were just doing this together.
Okay, good, awesome.
Go ahead, Aman. Thank you.
So before I share some new tools, what I'm exploring, maybe I'll try to play the stuff. You're able to see my screen, right?
Sorry,
So,
Amma, I'm actually driving, so I won't be
Yes.
able to look
Yes,
at
yes,
it.
you
Yeah,
can see
yeah,
it.
we're able
You
to
can
see
see
it.
it.
thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
So I just wanted to play something first.
Hi, I'm Amanat Tumbalam, Microsoft Hybrid Cloud with 20 plus years in enterprise IT. I help OEMs in
obviously it's so funny, right? So how I did is I used this tool called HeyGen. Okay, this is a company which has been founded in Los Angeles and supported by multiple investments from China, right? So this is a tool which I try to use it for testing purpose, kind of, you can say, because I was thinking in my network, in my introductions, because a lot of people refer me in few of things as a recommendation. I thought this is one a different way to represent myself. That's where I just tried this. Okay, let me just show you another one. So this is again a simpler one with the male voice. Now, I want to quickly show you why I'm trying to showcase the.
Hi, I'm Amarnath Tumbalam, an ex-Microsoft hybrid cloud strategist with 20 plus years in enterprise IT, leading partners, IT professionals, and enterprises on their Microsoft journey.
Right. So both actually is not my own voice, right? So by using this agent tool, I just used a simple feature. Obviously, in upcoming sessions as well, I'll go with multiple features what I'm trying to explore. But at least for present, I wanted to just show you guys what is this AI tool is, right? So basically, it has an option to
Avatar 4 allows you to turn a single photo into
convert your photo, okay, into a audio kind of or video with audio conversation, okay. So for example, I take this photograph, okay, and I wanted to make sure that it expresses exactly whatever the text I am putting across. Example, right? Now there are two options because this is a free version which I am trying to use. If I need a more depth quality, if I need more accuracy, if I want to put certain things, there is an option. As a free version, you have two options here to choose the voice for this picture. Okay, type your script here. One, I can just type the script and select some voice directly from the library, right? Now, as an Indian, what I tried first in the search way is I just tried an Indian voices. Okay, so we have an options here to choose. For example, I'll just play Sajan,
Hey there, here's how I sound. Hope you like it.
right? This is one of a sound. If not, I can use this.
Hey there, here's how I sound. Hope.
Right? So I need to refer something which matches to my personality. And
Hey there, here's how I.
right, so I can choose whatever the audio ready files. This is basically a cloned audio file which has been there already part of the tool. This is one option. If not, I can do a live recording here itself, okay, and upload it. Example, right? So what I can do now, I'll just try to use which I have tried earlier. Example, right? So I tried something a recording like almost like 1 month back. Okay, I'll just say do add audio, and one option here is describe the gestures and facial expressions you want to. I want to show clearly my voice. Uh, Professional manner of explaining. Example, I'm just giving randomly one option. There is even few more options if I need to. Maybe I'll try one more step as well. So I created that script, what is about my introduction using a chat GPT. Now, everyone knows we use everyday multiple chat GPT kind of scenarios, right? We use multiple times chat GPTs for our day-to-day activities. So what I did is I just tried to copy this. Rather using this, I can able to use the script like this. Now you see, when I'm using a free version, it limits me only up to 210 characters, which is up to 15 seconds. Now it is saying me to delete certain characters. So that is where the one option what I liked it is basically to choose my own audio recording so that it looks at least little natural. That is one of an option. Obviously, now we are in a live demo. What I will just try to show is simple ones, how we actually we can able to convert it, right? So now it is done. I can just select some voice, how the voice has to be showcased. For now, I'll again choose someone's from here. I'll just say get voice, right? Now, this is the voice it will use and it will make the animation like that, right? And I have given a simple instruction how the motion has to be on this picture, right? And we can able to get it based on the subscription. As of now, I'm using here the free version, which is giving me a 720p quality. I'll just say just generate video. And maximum in the time of 2 to 3 minutes, this video will be generated. So basically what I did is I took one picture and I have chosen the script, what it has to spell, right? And I have tried to use one audio reference, which is already there part of the tool. And I'm giving a custom motion that what exactly the experience should be. And I'm asking it to generate a video. That's what I just did. And there is one more AI option here. It says that surprise me means it can just change the entire storyline, whichever we require as well, right? Now, for time being, I'll just simply try something which I have already text now. I'm just reducing the characters so that it becomes easy, right? So I have chosen the file and I'm just trying to generate video. So it will take like max of 3 to 5 minutes and it will be into the bin. Saying maximum duration is 15 seconds. Okay. I have to delete some more words because it's a free version. Maybe I'll just cut short it. Okay. I will just do one. Because it's a free version, it gives me only limited voice, right? And there is even a paid version, what I was using. That also I'll just show you guys. Yeah. So it is just in the process for creating, right? Now the other version, when it gets created, yesterday I did, okay? So first version, what I did is basically like this. This is through a paid leading partners, professionals and enterprises on their Microsoft journey. So this I have used my own voice as a record option, okay? I am Amarnath Tumbaram. Now, if you see this picture, especially is a lengthier one. When I'm sharing this kind of a file to any of my friends or any of my connects, I want it needs to be more focused. Means it needs to be more zoomed, right? Because I have just given a picture, it is referred that. What I did is I used Clipchamp. Okay, so I used Clipchamp as a tool. We all know Clipchamp is a built-in Windows 11 tool, right? Which is mainly used for editing purposes of videos or animations, whatever we have, right? So what I did is I used the Clipchamp. I'll just show you guys. This is what I have done. When I click this, first thing, I brought the video into Clipchamp and there is some more options here to generate a caption automatically based on my video, right? And what I did is I chosen these sizes where I want to post. Majorly, I was thinking to be posted or used it in mobile phones, example, right? So what I did is I choose a portrait and I asked Clipchamp to generate the auto captions, basically the entire transcript on my video. Okay, it generated and I have an option even to crop when I started, right? I cropped it and made it as a zoom full-fledgedly focusing on my picture. Okay, so this is how what I did is one, I used a narration to create a video of my own with the AI with my own recording voice. Later on, I used Clipchamp as a tool to crop it and focus it and add the captions automatically based on the video. And I exported this into the quality, which is like a 1080, right? So at present, one which I'm using is my personal email account, the outlook.com, right? I have used that and it is allowing me up to 4K as well. But as of now, I just chose the 1080p, which is a HD quality, right? So I'll just show you the outcome now when I did a final ones, right? So this is the final ones which you can able to see now. Leading partners, professionals and enterprises on their Microsoft journey. I am Amarnath Tumbaram, a hybrid strategist and Microsoft certified trainer with 20 years in enterprise IT. I help OEMs and partners modernize servers, storage, and networking with Windows Server 2025, Azure Local, Azure Arc, Microsoft 365, Microsoft Intune, and Microsoft Copilot, covering architectural guidance, implementations or migrations, and steady state operations. I also provide clear Microsoft licensing advisory and deliver presentations, demos, and hands on trainings to win customer mindshare, ensuring projects are cost right and audit ready. My focus is very simple: turn strategies into outcome, faster deployments, higher attach, and secure hybrid operations at. See, the important point is when we try to create any animation videos, obviously it needs to match with the voice, with your lip sync, all this stuff. Obviously, it's an AI. It takes little longer time to get matured as what a human intervention is. Because I remember in my Microsoft times, we did certain videos. For that, my animation team took almost a week time to match the lip sync with the transcript. Okay. Now let's go back to the portal if it is ready. I think it is ready. Let me just play the one which we tried just like 3 minutes ago.
Leading partners, professionals, and enterprises on their Microsoft journey. I'm Amarnath Tumbalam, a hybrid cloud strategist.
Now you understand the difference, right? The first one which I actually chose was earlier. My demo was which I used my own voice, right? This is something which I choose some voice which is already cloned into the tool, right? Now the expressions which I gave, it has generated. Basically, it is focusing as a pitch and it needs to showcase the confidence. It has been very, very different now. Correct. This is one of important or a better tool to try with. I like the pitch of my pitch will differentiate when I am trying to showcase with the latest technologies. And only the important point which I wanted to tell you is when we take any trial versions, you see this
Hi,
watermark.
I'm
Okay, so this watermark you can see on the below here, Hagen, right? This is a watermark which comes with the trial edition. This videos which I have used when I cropped it, and I have actually a paid version also from my friend which I'm trying to use it. What I did is I used the paid version, used my voice recording, I converted it, and when I used in Clipchamp, I could crop the photo so the watermark also went off, right? This is one interesting tool which I explored in this week, and it has multiple options. Obviously, going further, whenever I explore more in next upcoming sessions, I would like to show. And the second important thing is today morning, one of my friend has kept a status saying Jackie Chan is dead. Okay, so I'll just show the picture. Maybe I have shared it to Noel as well. Let me just show. Right, this is a picture. Noel, you remember in the morning we were having a chat, right? Goodbye, legend. Jackie
Yes.
Chan, the man who devoted his youth to the art and left behind timeless memories, right? Now, one important thing, my friend who has kept it as a status, he is in Dubai. He works in Abu Dhabi and he stays in UAE. And when he saw this, obviously, with the Arabic version, someone would have shared it obviously for him, and he thought it's a genuine, right? I think he has shared it as a status on WhatsApp. Now, I was also shocked because when I woke up, I saw the status, then I immediately searched internet. Now, in parallel, what I did is I asked the same thing to uh, Copilot. I said, is it real? Right? And it said, thanks for sharing the image. Based on the content, it appears to be a collage suggesting the death of Jackie Chan with phrases like so and so and imagery of the coffin so and so. As of my latest information, Jackie Chan is alive. These kind of images often circulate as hoax. I don't know how do we spell this, hoaxes or misinformation, especially on social media. Right? Then I said, can you share me some very latest news on Jackie Chan? Right? It said Jackie Chan is alive and well. So very importantly, when I'm using a Copilot, it referred me multiple links where and all I can feel it proof, right? So this is one page when I just opened, there are 3 or 4 things even with one YouTube link which it has posted. When I click on this link specifically, it is showing me the exact similar pictures. You see this? So this is not something just a recent happened. What I did is I immediately shared this link to my friend saying, bro, this is not the genuine news. Please just reboot. If not, put your message what exactly is happening, right? So basically, with the AI world, we have to be little vigilant. What is exactly happening? We cannot just believe what exactly the results or showcasing what's happening, right? That is one of the thing. I think it is something more great for me because earlier to get this kind of real informations we used to get into TV, getting into a TV channels or YouTube channels, and that also nowadays we are not sure that is it genuine or is it created by AI, right? In that case, I just felt Copilot this actually gave me a very good clarity of information on the observation, right? And so any questions, please put it on chat window specific to HeyGen as of now, my experience or the Copilot. And by the way, I used very, very simple prompts. Okay. I just asked, is this real? A simple with the picture. Next is verify latest news on Jackie Chan because I wanted to know what is happening, right? So he has given the recently Critics Choice Awards also. He was there in Critics Choice Awards in the recent times, and he also appeared in a photo with the NBA star Jimmy Butler in Beijing, August 2025. Basically, this news were all spread in August. Even though it has been shared by multiple people, it is still floating in the social media, right? So one thing, whatever the information we see, we need to be very clear. And with, this is one of a simple reason where AI can also help for us to refresh our information. Is it correct or is it fake or anything? Even in last session, I remember Noel was showcasing one website which actually reads the information of a text or picture. Is it genuine or is it AI designed, right? So there are some things which we need to get habited of also, right? Now, the third important thing which I wanted to show is basically a tool which I recently explored called as a social sonic. Okay, I'll just show exactly how and what it is taking. So I have been using certain AI tools in the recent times, specifically beyond Copilot and ChatGPT, right? That's where I have been trying, right? So, for example, earlier I have shared certain posts on YouTube. Let me just show this one example, okay? Now, what I did was I used a specific link and I wanted to share a information knowledge kind of a scenario to my community. Now, when I do that, it comes or connects to only the people whom I have been following. That is the way my content was created. Now, when I saw certain demos on internet and I saw someone was using it, I just thought of to try it. There is a website called Social Sonic. Okay, this is entirely AI driven scenario. Okay, and this is something developed by a company called Right Sonic. Okay, so as of now, this is a paid version which I'm trying to show you guys. How is it difference is when I'm creating an account in the initial itself, right? It asks me to register myself with the LinkedIn ID. When I log in with LinkedIn ID, right, I'm giving a permission to this tool to understand my profile. Okay. Now, based on LinkedIn, it understood about myself. Introduction. Amarnath Tumbalam is a seasonal Microsoft consultant, so and so, so and so. And professional summary. What is that? And what am I doing? What is all my expertise? And what all the technical skills I have been publishing or sharing, and what all my certifications, all this stuff. Okay. Now I have more options here. When I was choosing my profile, it gave me an option that in which all the areas I might be interested in, especially like giving a knowledge or sharing. Basically, it is collecting a pattern of information about myself using a LinkedIn profile and using my interest areas. Okay. And it actually pushed me to uh, choose one or two profiles in the initial to whom I want to follow or admire, especially in LinkedIn to keep a target of example, right? Now, for example, he's the person Scott Wagon, right? He has almost good followers of 113K example, okay? And he's a GTM strategy and revenue accelerator, and he is a CMO and business leader or hiring for hire, okay? Now I don't know him, but when I was trying to create a profile based on my personal reference on my LinkedIn, it suggested me certain influencers. I just, for the starting purpose, I just use this. And if you see as an AI, it is recommending multiple similar line of interest or the successful people where I can add the reference. So when I create a post, okay, it actually generates to get more attractive way of information or to follow by more people. That is how it is, right? As a tool, it helps me out to select 5 to 10 profiles which can inspire me so that I can also refer their kind of post and create of my own. This is the overall profiling, how it has been generated. Now, if I want to create a new post, example, generally what we do, we use certain our own knowledge of text, and nowadays everyone has their own approach of creating content and try to improvise it with the different tools like GPTs, like ChatGPT or a Copilot or DeepSeek, anything, right? Now here it is little different. What actually it does is, for example, I'll just show. Now these are all personalized content which I can able to. So for example, I just choose create new post. Okay, I say create with AI. Example, I can give a topic on Azure local licensing. Simple, right? So it will analyze automatically by AI. Okay. Writing style, I can use whichever the preset which I have. So for example, Lara Costa, Acosta, and Justin Well. I'm just keeping it simple. And what is this style of post which I'm trying to do? Is it some different category? So for example, I want to mention my message as an option which is thought leadership. If not, it's like an industry insight, or it's like a career milestone update, or it can be like a educational content, or it can be value driven promotion, or it can be like how to, what is the personal achievement, this kind of scenario. So for example, now I want to give it as like a industry insight. This is a simple selection which I said. And here one more option is there, replicate the success of viral LinkedIn posts. For example, if I choose this, I can use the templates which has more likes, more followers based on the content. Okay. And I can give some instructions as well. For example, if I'm specifically using a license as an option, I don't want to mention the complex. I want to ensure to mention the complexity of the licensing scenarios with the right reference link. Okay. And there are a few more things here. I can add an URL, like any website which I want to refer. Accordingly, it can able to add, and I can even attach a document or a PDF file, right? Accordingly, it will generate. So for example, now I'm just using very simple Azure local licensing. I just wanted to create a post. Now, what is it doing is it is creating a reference of 2 or 3 different format of a content. Okay. So now AI is writing for me based on a simple topic. Obviously, for the demo purpose, I just gave one line. Generally, what I did is I just put my own storyline, kind of whatever I understand, then it improvised it to me, right? Now, while it is generating, now you see here, right? Azure local licensing is a game changer for business. This is one post which has given. It is giving me a 3 references. Let it complete so that I just show you guys, right? So the first one, it is saying that recently I explored how OEM licenses for Azure Local can streamline operations. These licenses are tailored for Azure Local hardware, offering in a lifetime validity, so on, so on, so. I have all the rights even to edit it. Okay, I can go and change the text. Obviously, it's a AI generated. It cannot be 100% as an interpretation. We also need to have a knowledge when we are using this kind of tools. Is it correct or it has to be improved, right? The second version, have you considered the impact of Azure local licensing on your IT infrastructure? It's basically provoking kind of or giving a reference information. And it is taking my company reference as well to take the strategy guidance, right? Here is what I suggest. Access your core usage of optimizing cost, explore the 60 days trial to test its benefits, align your licensing with business growth plans. What strategies are you using to manage cloud cost effectively? So what actually happens is when we create a message sharing, when we are leaving a conversation kind of a question, people start replying to it. That's where a lot of differences happens, right? Basically, when we are sharing the information, it has to reach to multipliers. That is where the social media is all about, right? So this is something which is giving a different option. Now, for example, when I just say publish now, it will automatically publish on my LinkedIn. That is how this tool is. And in this, there is one more beautiful thing where now, example, I'll just say, I want to generate an image, okay, in whichever the format. One is a realistic, one is an animation. Licensing, discussion. I'm just giving, okay, multiple people. I'm just saying, in a boardroom, I'll mention. Okay, and I'll choose what kind of aspect ratio I need. I'll just say landscape and I just ask it to generate. So obviously we know a Gen AI, and especially with the recent tools, there is a lot of things happening, text to voice, text to pictures, text to formulas, or text to coding, a lot of things we are doing, right? Now I just gave a simple text and it is generating a picture. For example, now I see there is a picture which has been created. Example, if I want to insert this, when I click this, okay, and it will be automatically added here. You see this? So this is something which is differentiating and it is making my time saving for my post. I just started exploring it yesterday itself. My first this thing I tried. I want to use it for another 2 to 3 days and see if it works out for me. If not, obviously I'll be withdrawing the subscription and stuff, right? But it's a good go-to. I felt it is something helpful for our reach to go to a right audience and increase the followers and get the knowledge sharing to a wider audience. This is the top 2, 3 things today I wanted to share. Any questions, you can just ping me on the chat. So over to you, Ian or Greg.
Yes, thank you, Amar. Well, I'd say last piece, since I believe we're running out of time. Greg, do you have something to share?
Yeah, I've got something. Sorry,
All
I'm not
right.
feeling too great. But so I don't know if any of y'all have seen this news over this past week. So Meta has actually let me share my screen. I've got an article on this.
Are you
So
referring
Meta,
to Ray-Ban?
yeah, the Meta glasses actually.
Yeah, the Ray-Ban leak, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So they are like partnering with a bunch of like very popular like fashion like spectacles companies, right? So Ray-Bans is one of them. The other is Oakley. And so you see that they're trying to do something similar to the I think the Apple Vision Pro. I don't know if any of y'all have seen the Apple Vision Pro, which is it's like a VR headset, but it's actually AR. So it's I think it uses AI to like change how you see the world. I don't know if they have like a so something like this. Let me see. Something like this on the right. Where was it? Yeah, this. So it's like where you're like looking in your living room, you can actually see like all these different screens like floating in reference to you, right? So Meta just came out something like this, but okay, my message today isn't to share on Meta. It's actually to share the best practices on when you're using these AI tools and you're trying to show it to somebody. It's better to get them recorded than doing it live. Because has anyone seen the actual um live session that they announced this in this past week?
I just saw a clip which was shared in a news channel yesterday, and
Mm-hmm.
that more than the eyewear, a lot of people actually highlighted about the integration between Ray-Ban, which in the initial they never thought of, it seems, on the announcement, right? And
Yeah.
secondly, the reference which you were showing, Google Pro, right? So it's like, I believe it's like hologram scenario of Google and even Microsoft HoloLens. If you
Yeah.
open, you just search Microsoft HoloLens, because I remember in my earlier times when I was working for the Indian brand OEMs, we thought of to help 1 or 2 brands to develop their own. Okay. So this is
Oh.
at least the latest version. So basically the idea was to bring virtual reality and the live reality into one. That was the thought process when HoloLens was created. This is totally different. It's basically just not one vision. It will have a mixed reality. Means you are
Yeah.
on the live with the HoloLens. Basically, it mix up the real plus virtual. That is the thought process when HoloLens came in, and it actually did a lot of promotions. I can remember like 2018, 19 time period.
Wow,
Hopefully
yeah.
now it will be very different. I remember in India, we gave it to a R&D department called Bosch as a company. Bosch, you know, right? They give a
Yeah,
lot of product, right?
like power tools. Yeah.
Right. So they tried to use it for automation, automobile industry to understand the malfunctions of the automobile equipment, and they tried to test it out for the plant's health quality. On
Okay, wow.
so that was the initial period when we saw this. Now the good thing when Meta is coming back, basically they are trying to make your vision lenses in a simplified as a standard what we use as a general glasses, right?
Yeah, it is
They're
smaller than HoloLens, that's for sure.
because the technology 10 years back to now, it is so much differentiated, right? Now they are trying to bring this with a regular specs models, what we all use as eye lenses or glasses. They're trying to bring that into a simpler form. Good that, I mean, I still believe it is a long way to go technically. They have shown a simple demo kind of, I remember in the news channel when I saw, Google also tried the similar way long back, but it's long way to see actually, if you ask me.
Yeah, actually, you're right when you say that there's a long way to go because that's exactly what I was gonna show. So this is the live demo actually done by Mark Zuckerberg himself, right? So give me a second while I play this.
Options. We've got the slides or we've got the live demo. Let's do it live. All right. So I think our call will be coming in any moment now.
Pause WhatsApp video call.
There we go. Uh-oh. Well, let's see what happened there. That's too bad. I don't know what happened. Well, I got a missed video call. Okay, there's the actual video call. All right, I'm just gonna pick that up with my neural band. This is, you know, it happens. All right, try it again. I keep on messing this up. And if not, then we'll go for the less fun option. Okay. I don't know what to tell you guys. All right. Today, you can use Live AI for about an hour or two straight. So to get a feeling for what this is like, let's cut to Chef Jack Mancuso, who's coming to us live from a kitchen on Meta's campus preparing for the after party. Maybe let's make, I don't know, what should we make? Maybe like a steak sauce, maybe Korean-inspired type thing, you know, just to show what the Live AI is like.
Yeah, let's try it. It's not something I've made before, so I could definitely use the help. Hey, Meta, start Live AI.
Starting Live AI.
I love the setup you have here with soy sauce and other ingredients. How can I help?
Hey, can you help me make a Korean-inspired steak sauce for my steak sandwich here?
You can make a Korean-inspired steak sauce using soy sauce, sesame oil.
What do I do first? What do I do first?
You've already combined the base ingredients, so now grate a pear to add to the sauce.
Well,
what do I do first?
So.
You've already combined the base ingredients, so now grate the pear and gently combine it with the base sauce.
All right, I think the Wi-Fi might be messed up. Sorry, back to you, Mark.
It's all good. You know what?
Man.
It's all good.
Yeah, so something like that. As you were saying, Amar, they have a long way to go. I don't think this product is ready for the market yet. But yeah, so just one thing, I guess, before we close it off. Yeah, Zoe, if you have something to say. Yeah.
How does the live AI work? Like this guy is doing a cooking demo. So what is monitoring him? Is it a camera or something? So how does the live AI?
Yeah, supposedly this thing, this glasses, there's a set of cameras on the side, so it actually sees what you see, right? So when he was doing the cooking demo, he was supposed to look at what he has on the table, what ingredients he has, and I think the AI should be able to analyze that. But for some reason, I think the AI wasn't like picking up on it.
So which means he must be in a place that's Wi-Fi lah.
Yeah.
Not how does the
Yeah, because I don't think you can fit the whole like AI LLM inside just these glasses, So yeah, a lot
it
of
won't
AI
be able
tools.
to look at 360 degrees view also, isn't it? If
Yeah,
it's like
only
the sides of
what's in
the
front.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's still quite
That's all.
limited. Yeah. So I do think that there's still plenty of improvements for them to do. That's for sure. Yeah.
No, the $1 million
most of
question
the
is what for?
Which you said
What
the
for?
mirrors?
Why do you need to be so connected? So I don't know how to put into words.
No worries. Yeah.
It's like making human beings like completely reliable on robots lah. It's like making, God gave us so many talents, abilities, capabilities, but AI is like making us totally dependent and like
Yeah, I do. Well, this is my own personal opinion, but I do think that us as people, we have to like put our own limits on, what you want to use for AI and what you don't. Because I've seen a lot of people like super reliant on AI, right? I've got a few friends right now who are still in university, and the biggest plague they're having right now is people just using AI to do their homework. It's like at that point, it's like, what's the point of studying, right? Why are you in university for? So you do have to like put in your own restrictions, your own limits on what I think that, how far you want to use AI for. Which like this, I think it's still okay, if you want, it's like giving AI a pair of eyes, I guess, so that instead of you having to type to it, instead of you having to like speak to it, it's able to see instead automatically, right? But something like, cheating for your classes, right? Of course, that's very unethical. Deep fake for pornography, also not very ethical. And of course, earlier we were sharing that people are posting hoaxes of Jackie Chan like dead. Like, what do people like get off on this, right? So there is definitely a limit to it, I think. Yeah.
do you remember once upon a time there was this Google I think it's something like a specs also, but you can see
glasses.
images on this. Yeah,
Oh
Google
yeah,
glasses.
Google Glasses.
What
That
happened to
was
that
very old,
technology?
I think. I think that was too early for its time. If I'm not wrong, that was like 10 years ago, right? Google Glasses.
Almost.
Yeah, it's about the same time
But
as
it never,
Microsoft HoloLens.
it never picked on. It just died.
Yeah, I think they didn't have the technology yet
Very
back when they
short-lived.
started. Yeah, see, 2013, and it's something like this, right? So I think they just had a concept for it, but they didn't really have the technology to make it happen, you know?
So it's no
Yeah.
longer existing.
I think now Google might be trying to make Gemini, the base Gemini, one of the top competitors before they're able to go into the glasses market like Apple and Meta.
I think
Yeah.
I remember there was some post related Google Lens kind of a glass which is coming back. So basically, they want to, with the AI at present, especially with the Gemini, and they're trying to improvise it. They wanted to integrate as a name like Lens only going further. Recent time they just did a simple demo on Google I/O Summit, if I'm not wrong,
Yeah,
and it
this
was,
one, I think.
I
Android
think,
XR
yeah, maybe.
glasses.
So this is something very recent, but it's not fully popular as a full-fledged product ready. What they have done is they have invited the developers to use for testing for the futuristic need of it. So because obviously they need a various case studies or a various scenarios to be used for, right? Now, if you see a lot of things are still happening, right? But it is very long way, as I said earlier. And I just wanted to add a point to Greg's feedback, especially AI limitation, right? So I'll just give one simple example. Yesterday, which happened in my office, okay? So I have a pre-sales person who actually do a Microsoft device management scenarios for customers, okay? Now, yesterday, a customer asked for one simple question, okay? Especially on the price perspective. You know what my pre-sales person started immediately? He started opening a AI tool trying to compare it. I said, boss, first understand what feature they are trying to refer with. The biggest problem is now people are more dependent rather putting their time or experience into it. They're just believing AI can resolve the solutions, right? Yes, AI has a lot of capabilities, but it has to be the way it has to be improvised, not exactly the copy paste kind of a scenario, right? So I 100% agree with Greg. It's all based on how we want to keep our limits, how we wanted to utilize it for our betterment rather just leaving everything to the tools technically. I remember one statement from Satya Nadella when I was in Microsoft. So any software has to be designed for every different use case, not to be just used as a software. It has to be like a tool, like a screwdriver. That's the sample which you used to say, right? It has to be used for multiple usages, and it should not be the one which will drive your entire requirements. The same way now AI people are just dependent more, especially the freshers, I say, or the youngsters from college passing out. They believe by just for having the tools in hand they can able to achieve everything, but on the real time, no, it is very tough for them to prove themselves if actually they're dependent only on AI, right? Yeah, so Greg, thanks for the
Yeah,
space.
yeah, no worries. Yeah, well, you can think of nowadays people use AI for like a replacement for Google, right? But if you go all the way back, if you tell somebody like, because earlier Amar was talking about all the youngsters in university using AI and thinking that's good enough, right? But if you think back then, if you're just telling somebody that you can do Google searches and that's enough to do everything in your university, you would laugh at them, right? So I think you can you can kind
Okay,
of apply the same
can I just
logic here. Yeah,
give my 2 cents viewpoint? Actually,
yeah.
isn't AI just a more advanced and a more in-depth uh reply or analyzation of the questions you asked? It's also just trawling the whole internet and just condensing or consolidating information to give you an answer.
Yeah,
So basically,
actually, you're
AI is
right.
also
Yeah,
dependent on the net. It's not something that some original idea or original thought that come out from
yeah.
it. So
Because
so
AI
trawling
is
the whole
trained
net.
on the internet. That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
that's why it's
actually,
important. Yeah. Yeah.
I
So
mean,
so
back
it's
to
important. Oh
basics.
yeah.
It's
No worries.
also
You do.
just
Yeah.
same as Google.
Creating
It's
content.
just the same as Google.
That's
It's
why it's
creating
important.
content.
Yeah.
Agree.
Zoe. It's
You guys.
creating
You guys go
Yeah,
ahead.
content.
I
It's not.
agree.
It's not just.
Yeah, I agree. The data may be coming in from internet, right? It's very similar to using Google or Bing or whatever. But if you think about it, right, at the end of the day, after you get all the data, like for example, if you do a quick search on vitamin E, example, and then you can get like over 1,000 articles from all over the place. And after you've gotten the articles, what do you do with it? You need to sort of like summarize it. You need to consolidate it and try to make sense of it. And that's where you will use AI to help you out with that. See, when you ask AI to check, oh, vitamin E, give me a consolidated view of it. What it does is it goes all over the place, finds all the 1,000 over links, and then tries to get a suitable answer and display it out. Now, of course, you cannot take the answer as the truth or as a single source of truth. You still need to do some verification. That's because today AI is still in its infancy. It's still learning. It's still doing a lot of learning. So that's where the answer may still need to be verified or need to be validated. Now, onto the subject of wearable tags. Uh, all the while, I think since the beginning of time, I think everybody has been trying to get something to be useful where they are is always on their body or with them all together. Now, you think about it, like for example, everybody at one point of time was carrying a pocket knife. That pocket knife helps them to open parcels, use it to cut food, and maybe even do some minor
Swiss
electrical
Army.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah, Swiss Army knife. Everybody saw MacGyver. So ever since MacGyver, everybody was invested into a Swiss Army knife, right? But then what else can it be done, right? So you saw the whole movie. I mean, the whole series of MacGyver. He was able to use it to make a laser and make a reflector and all that stuff. So it's all about having the tools and learning how to use it. Now, the way I see it, from Google Lens until Microsoft HoloLens, until today, Vision Pro, and maybe with the Meta wearable, what it is that it's actually moving the people towards information at their fingertips, right? So, example is that for me, for my diet, because as you all know, I've had that situation where I had a stroke. I had to be careful about my diet. I have to be careful about what I eat. Now, a lot of times, whenever I go to buy food or buy things, I will usually take out my phone, run ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever, and then I take a snapshot of the food. So, for example, like maybe if I want to buy a chocolate, right? I will take up the chocolate and go to the back of the chocolate, take a photograph of it, and ask it to analyze and tell me what if it's any good, or if I should avoid it altogether. Now, a Google Glass or a Meta Glass or whatever, right? And I'm looking at the thing, and I just need to prompt it and say, hey, tell me, is this can I take it based on my health condition? And it can do a reply to me and say that, yeah, this one is okay if you eat like one block, or I mean one small little piece versus taking the whole bar or something like that. So those are the things that you can use wearables for. Like for example, in COVID, I believe there was I think it's an NBA team, right? There was an NBA team who was gifted this Aura ring, OURA, Aura ring, by the company Aura, and it helped them to detect whether or not they were in COVID, or whether they were having some health issues or whatnot. So it's similar. Like right now, I'm wearing an Apple Watch. Everybody else is wearing maybe Samsung wearable or whatever. Those basically help us to detect situations that may be an anomaly, right? Something that is not used to. Like for example, the other day when I fell down when I had the stroke, unfortunately I wasn't wearing my Apple Watch. Had I been wearing my Apple Watch, it would have detected the fall. It would have called my wife immediately and would have informed my wife that I was actually having a fall. So these are the things that wearable techs can help. I do see that sometimes people think that, oh, okay, these are all unnecessary. Yes, it is in a way unnecessary, but you need to, consistently keep it charged. Otherwise, when you least expect it, when you want to use it, it doesn't have a battery. It also fails. I mean, that's unfortunate because as what everybody knows, technology needs time to grow. I remember in the beginning when I first started using mobile phone, I need to carry about 4 extra batteries with my mobile phone, because a typical mobile phone only lasts like maybe 2 hours if you use it. And now you can use a mobile phone for 24 hours and or probably 2 days before you need to charge. So these are things that we will see that because they are early adopters, things will take a long time to develop until the technology becomes available and much better. Then obviously we will see the things be more integrated as part of our day-to-day lifestyle. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Well, definitely, even when you see from Meta's own like demo, right? There's still plenty of improvements to go. I think we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg so far.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, you know, today, even for example, even though Apple Vision Pro, I think has been launched for 2 years now. Is it 2 or 3 years now? The take-up rate on Apple Vision Pro is still not very high. I think to a point, I think Apple has also announced that they are not going to proceed with any further development on Apple Vision Pro, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So, you know, the technology is there, something interesting, but unfortunately it didn't take up because, you know, for one, you're wearing a big headpiece. You know, it makes you look like an alien wearing a helmet. But also at the same time, you know, the technology hasn't grown to a point where it becomes very useful. Uh, the key connector for Apple Vision Pro is actually your iPhone, your mobile. Because without the mobile, it will not be able to do a lot of these things. And then, of course, you know, with the Apple Vision Pro, you need to carry around a battery pack, which is around your waist, and that's also another part where it's not chic, it's not nice.
yeah,
you know,
it's kind of like when computers are still very huge, right?
yeah. So I mean, you know, those are the things that will take time to develop. I actually follow a YouTuber called Zach Friedman. I do not know whether any one of you actually followed him or not. This guy called Zach Friedman, he wears his own so-called Google Glass type of thing. And he uses it basically as a teleprompter. So what he does is he actually records his prompts, and then he posts it up on his small little iView kind of thing. And yeah, I mean that's interesting. That's the way that he uses his technology. Of course, obviously, that technology that he has is actually built by himself. He uses a lot of basic stuff that is available, but you know, nevertheless, it's something that makes it work for him. You know, instead of having to type out or even have a proper big teleprompter, he just wears it and uses it everywhere he goes, and it's also become his persona. Yeah. Yeah, check it out. Zach Friedman, ZACHFRIEDMAN. It's pretty cool. Yeah, he's into 3D printing and a lot of maker type of thing.
Yeah. All right. Hey, thanks so much, Andy. Plenty to share today. So I think we went a bit over, but I appreciate that everybody had something to share in regards to wearable tech and reliance on AI. Okay, Ian, are you still around? I'm gonna hand it back to you, all right?
Yes, thank you for everyone sharing. And with that, I'd say we should end it. Sorry
you very
for
much.
the extension, but we
Yeah,
appreciate
no
all
worries.
the things being shared.
Yeah, I
And
think it
we'll
was a
see
good
you
session.
next
Yeah.
time. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Talk to
Thank
you
you.
guys soon.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye.
I have a good
Yes,
weekend.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Yeah, bye.
Goodbye.